One Lap of America is a unique time trials event. It's half road rally endurance event, half competition time trial event. So the whole idea is that you take your street car, daily driven street car I think is the idea, to a bunch of different tracks over the course of 8 days all around America. So we will be as far north as Michigan, as far south as New Orleans, as far west as Decatur, Texas, as far east as Summit Point, West Virginia. It's going to be a bit of a trek. My name's Alex Moss. I live in Eagle, Wisconsin.
My name is Andy Smedegard, and I'm from Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
And we are competing in One Lap of America this year in this green S2000, known as SuperK.
This started life as a 2006 Honda S2000. First thing we did was take out the F motor and put a K24 in. After we did the K-Series swap, we added a turbo, giving it some boost, so it's making around 450 wheel horse. Then we mated a BMW 7-speed dual clutch transmission and fed that through a Ford Explorer rear diff. So it's kind of a bastard car.
This will be my second One Lap of America. I did it in 2019. 2020 they didn't have a one lap because of COVID, and now in 2021 we're back for my second try at it.
I started doing one lap about, was it 5 years ago, with the RS guys. We ran an Evo for the first few years. Our first 2 years we did really well. We actually did a 3rd place finish overall our first year, and then our second year we actually did a 2nd place finish overall. And then I think we did 2 more years actually, but suffered one time an engine failure and then the other time a clutch failure, which took us out of the running for winning anything overall. And then the 5th year I did it was in this car when it was pretty basic, just a supercharged, you know, pretty stockish S2, just supercharged. And now I'm doing it again, 6th year. I lose sleep every night for the last, when did you sign up?
I signed up 2 years ago.
Yeah, I've been losing sleep ever since. It's definitely a car that keeps me up, especially when it's broken. I've pretty much given up trying to go to bed when it's broken. I just fix it right away because otherwise I won't sleep. So yeah, I won't get rest till after one lap.
The only time I'm going to lose sleep over this event is if it doesn't go all that well. So after the event is probably when I'll lose sleep over it. Yeah. The run up to it for me, the run up to it, there's not too much I can control. So, you know, I don't worry too much about the stuff I can't control. And so yeah, it's only if I do badly or let the team down that I'm gonna lose sleep, I think. So the biggest unknown we have with this car is the transmission this year. We've put a BMW dual clutch automatic transmission in it, which should give us really good performance and actually make the car more streetable than it was last time we competed. But it's a big unknown. It's a huge swap project.
I would bet we're gonna have some weird, dumb issue, probably trans related. That's obviously the biggest thing with this car we've been fighting for the last, I don't know when we started that swap, 4 or 5 months ago. And we haven't had a lot of test time. I shouldn't say that. We haven't had a lot of successful test time with the car. We've done several track days and encountered issues and stuff. Been fighting through things. It's still a very much like in develop swap, so it hasn't been proven by anyone. So
we've taken a car that's really a wonderful street car. I mean, I own 3 S2000s. This is by far the craziest one. It makes a wonderful street car, a lot of fun on the street. We've turned it into a really 100% race car for time attack competition.
Yeah, this car's, it's dumb. There's really nothing left factory about this. I mean, down to all the wiring and stuff, it's all completely changed. It's stupid. And we're gonna drive this 5,000 miles, beat the crap out of it every single day at a track.
We drive every day to a new track. We compete twice on that track, 3 time trials, or 3-lap time trials. That is just the fastest time wins. Pack your stuff up and then drive to the next track. The idea is that you have to compete in the same car that you're driving track to track. You have to compete on the same tires that you're driving track to track, and you're not allowed any support vehicles of any kind. So you have to pack everything into your car. So an S2000 where the trunk doesn't open is a perfect car for it.
When these cars finish, it's a super special day at the end of the event, like knowing what you built just went through that kind of torture. Yeah, I don't know, maybe that's why we do it. I'm not sure, I haven't really figured out why we do it, but I think that's why we do it. I question that often, but I still keep doing it.
Day 1, getting ready for the wet skid pad. So yeah, we're just here at the hotel. Because of COVID, we're rolling 8 cars at a time out to tire rack. They'll do the wet skid pad, come back here, load up, and head off for the Autocross. Wet skid pad is a big circle that is soaked with sprinklers, and you do 2 laps in one direction, turn around, do 2 laps in the other direction, and the fastest cumulative time wins, essentially.
It went pretty decent. Actually, better than usual. Usually we're mid-pack on the wet skid pad. We kind of suffer, especially last one lap when we ran this car on PS4S's, which we thought was going to be a good rain tire, but they did horrible on this car. So this year we kind of just went with our gut and stuck to the tires we always run on this car, which is the Advanio 52. Probably not the best tire, maybe, but it's the one we know best with this car, and we're going to go with it. And we did pretty well on the wet skid pad so far, probably sitting, I guess, like 8th, 9th. Car died, couldn't get the start. Fucked with me all the way till at least corner. At least there's the right left. Dude, I got so fucked up I didn't even remember where I was. I coasted the first right, the left there. I'm like, fuck, what the hell am I doing?
Oh, if that's your shitty run.
That was a super shitty run.
Good, you're doing just fine.
Is that really fastest?
Yeah.
No, second fastest.
Second fastest?
Yeah, Tomo won 40+6.
Nice.
The thing at the beginning got me so flustered. I didn't know what gear to grab to. I'm like, I thought most of it was going to be in second, maybe third. It's like almost all third. like a late blip on downshifts. Like it does the downshift. It's like if you downshifted without blipping throttle, and you just dump the clutch back out, so you get a little bit of rear lock up, and then the blip happens. That last run was the time I've never noticed it that bad. It was like I'm downshifted, boom, like I'm already in the gear.
We don't have a working fuel gauge in this car, at least one that's trustworthy. Sometimes it seems to work, sometimes not. So we calculated our range. We think we got 110, 120 miles worth of range on a full tank. So we are here filling up. We are running E85 in this car, so we need to fill up with the E85. Well, we didn't fill up in Indy, so the next E85 station is like 150 miles away. So we should have enough fuel on board to get us there. But yeah, we'll just have to not get lost. So day 2 here, and we are at Memphis International Raceway. Yeah, we made it. No major problems. Got into the hotel last night at around midnight, and then up this morning at 6 to head out to the track here.
All right, so Memphis is the track is actually built on part of a drag strip, and VHT runs the entire quarter mile. And VHT in the wet is probably worse than ice, than like pure ice. So they don't really run the road course when it's raining here. So what they're doing instead, because rain is coming, it's not currently raining, but it's going to come, and instead of getting halfway through and then having to cancel the last half, they're just going to call it now. We're not doing the full road course. We're going to do a standing start, point to point, kind of like an autocross. We're going to start at the end of the actual quarter mile where the VHT stops. That's going to be the start line. Standing start, continue through the lap, and it's going to finish right before the last corner that will then take you onto the drag strip. So it's going to be a short little timed run, but I think this kind of works in our favor. For one, we get rid of an entire long drag strip, which our car doesn't make crazy power. And we also don't have to worry about trans overheating. It's less abuse on the car. I do think the section after the drag strip, so it's a lot of flowing corners with a really quick juke. I think that'll favor the S2. So.
just about that run, but the car feel. The downshift stuff seems spot on. Not one downshift upset the car. All the upshifts were great. The shifting that's a huge relief for me, because that's what I was struggling with on the Autocross. Is the shifting stuff wasn't ideal. It would do a shift lock on the rear, so you downshift, get the back end out. But no, everything felt awesome. That wasn't the qualifying?
Well, we don't know if it's one event for the whole day, or that was one event, and the next run will be one event.
Oh, I think that's one event. Hey, all right, point me to the car.
You working?
Working.
Are you filming that? Did you film it?
Good. Why me too?
Good. Comes off track. So it's the fastest time.
Do you remember that black wire?
Calls a guy to fix his car immediately. See you back there. Okay, then we need to put fuel in the car.
What did you say?
Sounded like there's going to be a third event for this. He said the run was okay. Said he made a little mistake, but that's all.
Came into the S's a little too hot probably, and didn't have quite the braking grip I was hoping it would. But got it slowed down, kept it on track still, just probably ruined a little bit of the exit coming out of the S's. So I'm not sure how much I gave up. Before that, everything felt pretty good. But what's next? We're gonna go to Texas. But trans got hot, got stuck in fourth. Another 5-10 minutes, blocking traffic, getting honked at, but it just happened at the worst time.
It's about 2 minutes later. You've really got to go. She was like, I'm really sorry. I'm just a security guard. I'm doing what they tell me, but you got to go. So like 2 minutes.
I'm
2
sure,
minutes.
I'm sure it doesn't look like conspicuous. You're on your laptop, like
Right.
we're outside this like major building.